we've just got a glimpse of Star Citizen's future space stations. This is a feature I've wanted to explore in the game for some years now, especially as players and organizations can eventually build their own space stations in-game. But how does this work? How can you go from being a small player to eventually owning an endgame massive space station? Star Citizen's IRL event, CitizenCon 2954, has given us a preview of what space station building and construction will look like in-game, when we finally reach this stage of development. Stay tuned as we explore space stations in Star Citizen. Hey everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome to my channel. If you want more Star Citizen videos, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, if you want to get into Star Citizen, you can use my referral code in the description below to get yourself some free in-game credits. Oh, but there is more. Star Citizen is running a promotion, it seems. If you join the game by October 31st and get a starter pack, we both, that's me and you, get a consolidated Outland hover quad, it seems. You know, I kind of want one, but also you might get one as well, so winner winner. It seems the ultimate end goal of Star Citizen is organization bases. As such, space stations will be the end goal for organizations. These stations will be player constructed and will be the starting point for your organization's system-wide activities. Now, constructing a space station will require tons of resources in-game. It'll also be a large time investment for players and organizations. Starting the building process is simple. It begins with the supply bay, which a pioneer can only construct. So if you have one of these ships, it's lucky for you. Once the supply bay is constructed, it handles the space station construction. As the name suggests, the supply bay needs to be kept topped up with in-game resources to build the space station. In the grey box work in progress demos, we can see the supply bay accepting deliveries from cargo transports, which keep the supply line running. As stations are designed to be endgame tasks for organizations, you'll need to keep a steady supply line. As such, orgs will need a well-rounded set of roles. You'll need people not only transporting supplies but getting them. This can be done through mining or perhaps trading. Once the station's initial building is complete, the supply bay is then integrated into the finished space station. Automated construction drones are responsible for actually building the station, so you just need to get supplies and deliver them, not actually get the nuts and bolts out. The core station module looks fantastic. Thankfully, once this is complete, it comes with some core aspects out of the box. An example of this is the command deck. This is where you monitor and command the space station, keeping an eye on power management of the space station. You can also decide who can access certain parts of the station, such as crew members or members of the public. Logs will be present so you can see who can access part of the station and who has done what. At the rear of the bridge is the central transit system, which is how you get around the space station. It's basically a spine that connects the entire station and provides access to various decks, like the observation deck. For example, there is a 1-to-1 space station layout. Essentially, if it looks big on the outside, it'll be big on the inside. Not gonna lie, the observation deck kinda reminds me of a promenade on Deep Space Nine, where you see each ship visiting the space station and docking on the pylons. It's rather cool. The lower decks of the space station feature the engineering deck, so gameplay here will involve managing the operations of the space station, such as reactors and power management. A hangar deck is located on the core module of the station. The base station, so the main one here, comes with a hangar deck as standard. 2 docking collars are installed, and empty slots are also present for 2 medium hangars where needed. There'll also be a vast road network that will allow you to drive to another hangar bay without needing to take an elevator everywhere around the ship, or shall I say station. The station hangar also offers enhanced logistics as well with cargo management. A decorator mode allows players to customize and theme your station to your heart's content. I'm excited to see how this part of the gameplay goes. I imagine it will need to be a permission set, especially for MMO tasks like this, where you can decide which org members can customize a space station and who can't touch it. I mean, you don't want to come back to find your station painted pink or something. Unless you like pink, in which case, carry on. So, we've been over what comes with the space station. However, you can eventually expand the station, it seems. Bulkhead connectors are scattered around the station. These come in tiers 1 to 3, which define the size of the room you can build. Time and resources are required once again, as with everything in an MMO. You can expand a space station to allow new rooms using the interior build mode. Generic empty rooms can be filled with items, but there's also specialist rooms like generator rooms, habitation, shops, yes shops, infirmaries and much more. What about the exterior of a space station? This goes in 2 ways. First, there are minor hardpoints. These are attachment points located on both the upper and lower part of a space station. These are customizable in the build mode, allowing for installations of various modules. Some are geared towards defense, such as with big cannons and shields, while others can be for resource collection like gas harvesters. These all connect with the bridge operations where power management is needed. So if you're under attack, you're going to want to do it powered over shields or the guns, probably not collecting gas when you're under attack. Major hardpoints are also present. These can be used to connect substantial wing additions to the station. An example is the cargo wing, which appears to be a massive cargo module attached. The size of this is actually massive. You can see multiple Hull C ships docking of a station to deliver supplies. This type of structure is ideal for organizations specializing in cargo management and supply running. A refinery wing is also an option. There's also a hangar wing to extend the docking capabilities of your space station. If you're a big fleet, you're going to need a lot of hangar space, so that's ideal. It also allows the big ships to be docked as well. Not quite sure how big that's going to get, but I do wonder if you can dock a Javelin to it. Now, these major hardpoints are connected with struts, which are internally traversable. This means you can walk or drive to these major hardpoints. Naturally, space stations can be customized in-game. Yes, this means you can change the tint of a space station and also apply decals, such as organization logos and names. I'm already thinking of cool names for my space station. Do you guys have any good suggestions? Comment them down below. Each space station in Star Citizen comes with 2 unique base expansion points for specific modules. There is one located on the underside and one on the top side. On the top, you can have a crow's nest. It seems like this is designated for personal space. It's another observation deck where you can see the space station. Not quite sure if I'd use this myself. On the underside of the space station, there is the flight deck, which comes with 3 more major hardpoints. Think of a flight deck as an alert fighter bay. You can store defensive fighters here, defending your space station from attackers. I love the idea of having a combat air patrol stationed here, very Battlestar Galactica. You're going to need a flight deck to protect your space station, especially if you've built it somewhere in hostile space. It's also kind of on you if you've done that. The demo at CitizenCon showed what happens when space stations come under attack. The flight deck plays a pivotal role in space station combat and defense. Interior turrets are a defense system that could be installed. I love the idea of having gameplay where you can board player-made space stations. This could be a fantastic combat gameplay experience. The goal of attackers is to punch through defenses and infiltrate through airlocks and flight decks. The goal of raiders is to eventually hack through elevators and bulkheads and then extract resources and maybe take over the space station. It's not quite clear whether raiders can take over a space station and capture it. Kinda cool if they would, but there's gotta be some balancing going on, I imagine. Now, there's a couple of ways of slowing down attack. Of course, interior turrets, like I mentioned. There's also blast doors, and obviously you can mount your own defense using security personnel and guns. And apparently you can even bring a tank on board to clear out corridors. Someone's definitely going to attempt that. Okay, I've saved the best till last. The final unique module of player-made space stations and what you can build is a dry dock. Now, a dedicated observation room with crafting stations is located on the back of a space station where this dry dock is. This is where players can construct spaceships. What sizes can players build? The demo at CitizenCon seems to confirm that players will be able to build a Bengal starship. This is one of the giant starships in Star Citizen. The Bengal is a big space carrier that the UE Navy uses in Squadron 42. I previously thought players would not have access to this inside Star Citizen, but that seems to have changed now, or at least they wouldn't be able to buy or build it, etc. Hopefully the gameplay for this makes the resources that they are scattered out and scarce. You don't want everyone to be able to build something like this. Yeah, I feel like we need to think about this another time. So, to conclude this video, organizations can build and construct space stations, allowing for staging areas and defensible fortresses. But there's finally one big surprise. Organizations can make the Bengal carrier. I'm still quite surprised by this decision. Naturally, what we have spoken about today is in development features. All of this is subject to change, and we'll need to see how it works out by the time it is implemented into the game. Speaking of time, I'm 25 and we're recording this video. Let's see how old I am, and also all of yourselves in the comments, by the time we can set foot on a player-made space station in Star Citizen. I am sort of joking, of course. We know the game is in active development and it will take a lot of time. But we have been here for quite a few years now. It is cool seeing features like this. It makes me very excited for the future of the game, particularly when we get to that 1.0 experience. But at the minute, we're just on the verge of 4.0. There's a long way to go until we get to the finished version of Star Citizen. So we've definitely got a long way until we're building player-made space stations and Bengal carriers at the main dry docks. I'm excited though. Of course, for more Star Citizen content and information, hit that subscribe button and join my Discord for more. I've been Captain Jack, and I'll see you next time.